Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. You took the words right out of my mouth. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
Bus formation. Come on, boys, come on. You ready? You 80? Hey, 50. Slam.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition, because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
Crowder in motion here right.
32.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Throwing is Stafford. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space, because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. In motion left, that's Crowder. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down. The play clock's running down. Stafford now to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Vic Beasley in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's Brad Wing now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Brooklyn football as we get going in quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Bridgewater now from the 50. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
It feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football. And that's exactly what happened there.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On the ball, on the ball. Jim's right. Watch the ship.
The tight end changing his position. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Backing up. He's going to go up top again. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Here's Brad Wing now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. And the slot man goes in motion left. A second down throw for Bridgewater. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Shift together here from the D-line. First down, Bridgewater. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Let's go. Tiger. Let's go. Tiger.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. A second down throw for Bridgewater. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So here we go, a 3rd down after the second down pass completion.
Let's go. Tiger. Forward.
And he motions the wide receiver. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. Finding time. It's complete to Grant. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. These guys told us, these guys being the coaches, they wanted to really stretch the field, get the ball down deep. They were able to do that here.
And you know when you stretch the field, you often leave guys in one-on-one situations, and that allows your better athletes to go up and get the football. I love the preparation that they put into this. They made it a priority, and they got what they expected.
Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Second down, Bridgewater. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time job.
In motion is Grant. They go play action. Bridgewater. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On the pickup there, and the drive will continue. It's a So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Big 20. Switch. Set. Lady.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. This one caught by Crowder. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Crowder's got it over the middle. A good pickup there at 22. And now a 1st down following that long gain. And quickly they get to the line. Stafford on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Second down now after the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's 3rd down.
Watch the twins. Go here. Shit.
Third and long. It's Stafford. The throw to the left side caught by Coleman. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Let's go. Right, 90.
A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And the wideout in motion. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Play action now. Bridgewater. Flush to his right. They complete it to Hill. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. First down, Bridgewater. He's going to loft it, deep right sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Play clock winding down. Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Big boys down there in the trenches and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense, and what a big-time play there.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Rodgers, the tight end, in motion here. Just beating the play clock. Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
On the ball, on the ball. Hey, go here. Check. Monday. Hey, 50.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 22 on that one. And it'll be a Chicago first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On the ground with a tight end. And down to the 36-yard line here. Get a 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Hey, 20, big 20.
Rodgers, the tight end, in motion here. Time running out here on the play clock. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Rodgers, the tight end, in motion here. In motion, the tight end. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And they'll send the slot in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of... bounds, so this will go only as incomplete.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Got him in, complete. This is Richard Rodgers. A good pickup there at 22.
And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, pretty memorable play.
Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that.
I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Richard Rodgers. Yeah, they're going to be mad at me.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
Back now here on EA Sports as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. So the D-line's going to spread out. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away.
Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Another pistol look here. On 1st down, it's Stafford. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
2nd and 10. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Yeah, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. From the 50, Stafford. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Stafford. This will be caught at about the 6. 1 yard is a gain there. It'll bring up 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there? Swarming to it and not allowing that to happen. Did not let him get downfield.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now this offense ready to take over again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He'll get 32 yards there. And it's good enough for a 1st down. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game. Throwing, Bridgewater. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So 2nd and 10 here. Here's Bridgewater. Steps away to his left. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with his first career NFL touchdown. And his guys have taken the lead.
And there's the go-ahead touchdown. And so likely will kick an extra point. But to me, I'm looking forward. Special teams now with your kickoff. And then your defense, that's where the pressure shifts.
Yeah, because there's plenty of time left on that clock. Anytime you're over a minute in the NFL, there's a chance. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He goes underneath to Freeman. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it second down. Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7.
On the ball. Check. Set. Waiting.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if...
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And now they're in the hurry-up. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle. He's
back to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here. Back to throw. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Freeman, the lone man, in the backfield.
Hey, 22! Hold the look. Back 50, he scores! He's check 50, nickel.
Back to throw. Complete left side, the tight end Rodgers. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They run again with Jackson. And some room to roam now.